Check. Check 1. Check 2.
That is not something I want to
Check, check. Grads, you may be seated. Welcome, graduates, friends, and families to Ferndale High School's 112th commencement. Today, we are honoring the Golden Eagles of class of 2024 for the first time in our new stadium. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here today. My name is Ravinder Dillon, and I have the distinct honor and privilege of serving as the principal of Ferndale High School. Before we begin today's ceremony, I would like to begin with a land acknowledgement. We, the Ferndale School District, acknowledge we are residing on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Lummi people. The Lummi people are the original inhabitants of Washington's northernmost coast and southern British Columbia. They lived in villages throughout this territory and continue to have an ongoing relationship with these areas. Since time immemorial, they have celebrated life on their waterways and on the traditional, ancestral, and ceded lands of their people to perpetuate their way of life. We honor their ancestors as we acknowledge the past, present, and future Lummi people as the original inhabitants of this land. Seated with me this evening are members of the Ferndale School District Board of Directors. They are Dr. Kevin Erickson, the president, Miss Peggy Upiano, Mr. Steve Childs, Mr. Antonio Machado, Mrs. Nancy Button, and of course, our superintendent, Dr. Christy Dominguez. Again, welcome and thank you so much for being here and honoring the class of 2024. Our national anthem is being sung by our senior choir students. At this time, you will please rise for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave
Thank you. Wonderful job, students. I would now like to introduce our 2024 ASB President, Mallory Button-Chowan, and ASB Vice President, Bishop Utsi. Also joining them are Luz Alakala, Bhavanur Graywal, Myrna Cruz Mendoza, Cherry Bell Santos, Ryan Wan, Nadia Begin, Lisa Coverdy-Yuck, Taylor George, and Nikayla Kinley.
Good evening, family and friends. As we gather in this magnificent new stadium, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the Ferndale High School graduating class of 2024.
Hello all, my name is Bishop Utsi, and I'm the current ASB Executive Vice President. And as I've been here the last 4 years, to say that I expected to be graduating from as beautiful as a stadium as I'm in right now wouldn't be true. But with that being said, I'd like to thank all that are in attendance, as well as say welcome family and friends, y bienvenidos a todos to Ferndale High School's 2024 graduation ceremony.
Bienvenidos a todos los familiares y amigos a la graduación del año 2024. Los invito a celebrar esta nueva etapa y compartir este momento con todos nosotros.
ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜੀ ਆਇਆਂ। ਅੱਜ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਲੰਘੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਕਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਗੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਨਵੇਂ ਅਤੇ ਰੰਗੀਨ ਸਫ਼ਰ ਦੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂਆਤ ਲਈ ਜੁੜੇ ਹਾਂ। ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਪਲ ਤੱਕ ਪਹੁੰਚਣ ਲਈ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਿਹਨਤ, ਲਗਨ ਅਤੇ ਧੀਰਜ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਮੌਕੇ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਉਣ ਲਈ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦੀ ਹਾਂ। ਆਓ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਰਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਇਸ ਮੌਕੇ ਨੂੰ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਨਾਲ ਮਨਾਈਏ।
Buenas tardes, família. Choncha, mas eu coito FHS graduação de 2024 na quarta ano, graças a Canman, mas a oportunidade de continuar com o estudo. Chonta Deus, mas a chon item vida, mas choncha maestra, mas a oportunidade de continuar com o action.
Magandang gabi. Maraming salamat sa pagdalo sa espesyal na okasyon upang ipagdiwang ang klase ng 2024.
Maya pabengi po kakong kaluguran at kapamilya keng Ferndale High School. Dakal na salamat po keng pamamuntayo keni neni para igunita ing selebrasyon na ning kaming graduation class of 2024.
Дорогие выпускники, поздравляю вас с завершением этапа и началом нового пути. Помните о том, как быстро летит время, и не упускайте шансов достичь своих целей. Желаю вам умения ценить каждый момент и идти к успеху с решимостью и стойкостью.
Шановні випускники, сьогодні ви завершуєте важливий етап свого життя. Вітаю вас із цим досягненням і бажаю успіхів на новому шляху. Нехай ваші мрії здійснюються, а всі цілі стають реальністю. Пам'ятайте, що ви здатні на великі справи. Хай вас всіх благословить Бог.
Nautium Nistral Chalcium Taylor Sunisnat Chaklamisen.
Nautium Nikayla Sinisnat Chaklamisen Suit Helix Sesquile Atiakaias Skano Ait Sistrai Atsa 2024 graduates.
As we reflect on our time in high school, it's impossible not to feel a sense of pride for all we've accomplished. There's so much nostalgia and memories that linger at our schools. We look back with gratitude at the teachers and fellow peers who supported us, overcoming academic challenges and creating unforgettable friendships along the way.
We're all here today because we worked hard and persevered through challenges that have strengthened us. We got through hard times like the late night studying, the tests we thought we were going to fail, the tests we did fail, that one class that seemed to never end despite sitting there for what seemed like hours and having that one teacher that definitely had it out for you. However, despite these challenges, we must recognize all the teachers that truly wanted to help us so that we could ultimately get to where we are now. Completing basic education will serve as a platform we use to launch ourselves into the world, no matter what direction that may be.
Although as we reach this bittersweet ending to this chapter in our lives, let us look into our future with courage, curiosity, open-mindedness, and compassion. Let us continue to push ourselves towards our goals and never settle for mediocrity.
I'd like to say a personal thank you to my older sister who pushed me when no one else would. We'd also like to thank everyone that supported us throughout our journey.
Thank you to our families, friends, teachers, and mentors. We owe you so much gratitude for creating the bedrock to our success.
Congratulations, class of 2024, for all your hard work and effort. It's finally paid off.
Now, welcome the Chesquin Club and the Schlachtmish singers. They will be performing the Survivor Song and the Tribal Connection Song. Please rise. Haishka. Seniors, you may be seated. Today, we gather to celebrate a momentous achievement, one that marks not just the end of an academic journey, but the culmination of a series of extraordinary experiences that have defined your high school years. As we stand here today, I am filled with immense pride and admiration for each of you. Your journey to this point has been anything but ordinary, and it is your adaptability, pride, and dedication that we honor today. When the pandemic turned, when the pandemic turned our world upside down, you were thrust into a new reality. I still remember that day when this class started their freshman year at Ferndale High School in remote learning. This class did not have the opportunity to participate in their 9th grade orientation, nor tour their new school, or make new friendships and join clubs and sports. Due to the constraints of the pandemic, we provided you with a laptop and required you to navigate online learning on your own. To this day, I still remember many of you came to the office with your parents prior to the start of the first day of school to set up your accounts and to figure out how to use Zoom. This was the first time I had the opportunity to connect with this class and support you. Many of you who did not have strong internet connectivity at school had the pleasure, believe me, I saw the joy on your face, to sit 6 feet apart in the old cafeteria from their peers and spend the entire day in the cafeteria Zooming into your classes. Do you remember that? During those 5 months of remote learning, my heart ached to walk through the hallways that were empty with no students or staff in sight. I know navigating your classes on Zoom was challenging because let's be honest, how many of you turned off your videos and went back to sleep? Nevertheless, you adapted with remarkable resilience. It was not an easy transition, but you faced it head on, proving that learning is not confined to a physical space, but is a boundless pursuit fueled by curiosity and determination. As if remote learning wasn't challenging enough, when you entered the school for the first time in January as a freshman, you faced additional hurdles of transitioning to what we called hybrid learning. But let's not wait. Before you could enter the building, and let me remind you, remember twice a week, you came to school for 2 days of the week and it depended on what cohort you were. Sorry, yeah, I remember that was my idea. But let's just not wait. Before you could enter the building, okay, you had to stand at the door of the school entranceway, get your temperature checked, okay, pump your hand with sanitizer, and then walk down the hallways that signaled you based on traffic patterns which direction you walked. Oh yes, and then you had your face masks on. It was a daunting task, yet you embraced it with open hearts and minds. You showed the adaptability isn't just about coping with change, but thriving in it. Just when you were getting comfortable with your new environment and routine, beginning your junior year, you experienced several more transitions. This is one of them, I guess. With moving to a new school. In September of 2023, you acquainted yourself with the new gym and the PE hallway. Then in January of 2023, you transitioned to the new academic wing. Next, as a senior, September of 2024, you had to familiar yourself with a new stadium. September of 2023, you had to familiar yourself with a new stadium. And then just recently in January, the new CTE wing. Wow. Multiple times you had to adapt to the new environment, integrate new culture and systems, and find creative ways to participate in past traditions. Despite these challenges, you persevered with a sense of pride and determination. I want to thank you all for being patient and your dedication. Your journey has been one of remarkable growth. To our FHS staff, thank you for your commitment to our students' education and well-being. You have been there for this class every step of their journey. To the families and friends who supported our graduates through every twist and turn, your encouragement and support have been invaluable. And to the class of 2024, you have been exceptional role models of adaptability, pride, and dedication. You have faced challenges head on and emerged stronger, wiser, and more resilient. As you step into the next chapter of your life, carry these qualities with you. The world needs diverse individuals like you who can adapt to change, take pride in their heritage, and are dedicated in making a difference. Remember, the journey does not end here. This is just the beginning. As you move forward to continue to embrace new experiences, face challenges with confidence, and pursue your dreams with unwavering dedication. You have already shown that you can overcome anything that comes your way. Congratulations, class of 2024. We are incredibly proud of you. You and we cannot wait to see the incredible things you achieve. The future is yours and it's bright. It's a matter of pride.
Good evening. My name is Ben Goodwin, and I'm the CTE Director and Assistant Principal here at Ferndale High School. At this time, I'd like to introduce our first class speaker, Matthew Schlichting. Matthew was selected by the staff to speak today. The theme of Matthew's speech is the past. Matthew has been heavily involved throughout his time here at Ferndale High School. He's performed with the theater program since freshman year, as well as helping mentor the middle school theater program in the springtime while holding the position of theater club president this year. He has a strong love for band, holding the position of vice president and percussion section leader, and will be marching with the Seattle Cascades Drum and Bugle Corps this summer, starting June 8th. Matthew is also the current ASB Senior Class Vice President and has been involved with the National Honor Society since sophomore year. Matthew attends Christ the King Ferndale and performs with the Bellingham Pipe Band on the weekend. Next year, Matthew will be attending Washington State University in the fall, studying mechanical engineering while participating in the Cougar Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Schlichting.
During the span of 18 years, 9,460,800 minutes pass. In that time, the students sitting in front of you today have learned the skills to set themselves up for the rest of their lives and to have accomplished their biggest challenge yet so far, graduating high school. It isn't the easy moments that have allowed these students to be here today, but rather the hard ones. Anyone who has completed something lasting understands that to produce something that you are proud of, it will be difficult. It's just a fact of nature. It could be studying for an exam to attain a final score or putting in those extra couple reps in practice to be able to execute when it comes to compete on the big day. To grow, you have to be uncomfortable. Something interesting to note is that this is not just a human notion. Nature abides by the exact same rules. For example, earlier in this year, in my biology class, we were learning about ecology and how ecosystems maintain and thrive. Like in life, an ecosystem who is severely disturbed will not grow. This could be a volcanic eruption or a hurricane, etc. These disasters damage the ecosystem so much that they have to start back from ground zero to build back up again. As humans, it is common for us to want to take the easiest path. We won't want to show up or do our homework or go to that practice. But in those settings, we don't grow either. Once again, humanity mimics nature. An ecosystem without any disturbances will not grow. A carrying capacity will be reached and the biodiversity will stay stagnant. However, when there are mild disturbances in the environment, new niches are able to be formed and in the ecosystem can transform into an abundant oasis. Now, I am not here to give you a biology lecture. unless you want one. But our lives are more like nature than we thought. We need those moderate disturbances in our life to allow us to grow and overcome challenges. Because if we stay comfortable, we will not become better versions of ourselves. If we want to constantly get better and improve, we must, as one of my old coaches told me, be comfortable being uncomfortable. For myself, looking back, the times where I have grown the least have been during the summer. It makes sense because for me, there are fewer things going on and I have all of the time in the world. So I can put off those goals until tomorrow because in the summer, there is always a tomorrow. This means no incentive to be great today. During the school year, free time is a limited resource. You don't always know the next time you'll have it. And when you do, you need to use your time effectively. On top of classes, there are extracurriculars. Things like theater, marching band, and sports all contribute to a time of constant growth. And over the past 4 years, I wouldn't trade any of those experiences for a single thing. Within those activities are the families. Each family I've been a part of has taught me something new and pushed me to excel in every area of my life, not just the activity itself. Being constantly involved has allowed me to have those moderate disturbances, which has made me grow into the person I am today. Not only that, but they have each given me a genuine understanding of what it means to be empathetic, manage my time, and be responsible. Arguably, some of the most important skills to leave high school with. It has taught me to strive for feedback and view critiques as a gift rather than as a weakness. Now, if it weren't for these experiences and the memories, I would be a completely different person. The same goes for every single person in this stadium right now. We did not get here alone. Every single step, every opportunity, and every day is the product of compassion and sacrifice that someone else has invested in us to help us improve. It is made by our friends, our mentors, and the people we call family, although they aren't always the ones we are related to. I ask you to sit here, close your eyes, and think back on the past 13 years of your life. And picture each person who has helped you to get to the spot where you are today. As we go into this next chapter in our life, we need to believe in ourselves and our ability to grow just like how those people who you just imagined now believed in you to get to the spot where you are today. Use the past to your advantage and learn from it. Learn from the constant challenges that you have faced from your time in high school. Use the past as a tool to understand, empathize, love, and most importantly, grow into the best version of yourself that you can be. Because it isn't a matter of ability, it's a matter of pride. I'd now like to introduce our senior choir students who will be singing The Road Not Taken.
has made all the difference.
Thank you, Matthew and the senior choir. I am Carly Koning, assistant principal at Ferndale High School, and I'd like to introduce another one of our class of 2024 speakers, Mallory Buckenshone. Mallory was selected by the students to speak today. The theme of Mallory's speech is the present. So Mallory Buckenshone has dedicated the past 4 years serving her student body as she currently holds the position of Executive ASB President and serves as the Vice President of the Honor Society. Mallory's involvement extends beyond these roles. She actively participated in various activities such as leadership, volleyball, basketball, and softball the last 4 years. Looking forward to the future, Mallory plans to continue her academic and athletic journey at Wenatchee Valley College in the fall with the intent of pursuing a degree in education. Mallory's aspirations extend beyond college as she envisions returning to Ferndale to give back to the district that had played a fundamental role in shaping her identity, her goal to inspire and guide future generations as both an educator, coach, embodying the values instilled in her during her time at Ferndale High School.
Good evening, families and friends. My name is Mallory Buckenshone, and I would like to thank you all for being here tonight as we celebrate the graduating class of 2024. I would also like to thank my classmates for letting me speak on their behalf. Before I start, I would like us graduates to take a moment to think about and recognize all the people that have gotten us to this point here today. To our parents, grandparents, extended family, friends, teachers, coaches, and mentors. Thank you for your support and guidance in our 13-year journey together, starting from kindergarten and ending today. Standing here tonight in front of my classmates, I see over 260 strong, diligent, and ambitious group of young adults, now with the future sitting in our hands. As we look back, we can see how much we have grown through our experiences. We can see how many valuable relationships we have built. We can see everything that we have accomplished that got us to this point. Before writing the speech, I had to think to myself about what the present really meant to the class of 2024. Most of us would agree that the present truly represents the last 4 years of high school. And let me tell you, the last 4 years have been the most unpredictable high school experience any class has ever had. Why, you ask? Well, let's rewind. March 13th, 2020 was the specific date that would change our educational experience forever. Transitioning from seeing our classmates in person to viewing them on a screen was an unprecedented shift from our normal day-to-day schedule. I remember that day vividly. You know, this could be one of our last days in middle school, I mentioned to one of my friends in complete disbelief. Unfortunately, this was the one time I was right. For the next 11 months, we sat in our homes, desperately longing for social interaction and missing out on major events such as 8th grade graduation, freshman orientation, freshman homecoming, Friday night lights, and much more. Fast forward to September of 2020. At this time, we had all started our high school journey online. I mean, who gets to say that other than us? There were so many unknowns. This time in our life, we had to navigate things, not only how to join a Zoom call, but how to keep the social norms we previously had. Our greatest challenge was having to figure out how to have the so-called high school experience from the comfort of our homes. Not only that, but having to overcome the daily questions of, when do we ever get to go back to school? When will life go back to normal? Will I ever get to experience high school how I had envisioned? Thankfully, one thing we gained from the COVID experience was that none of us were alone. Sitting in your room, wondering what to do day in and day out, while looking back at photos of what school used to be, made us realize that we should never take anything for granted. Finally, at the end of the first semester of our freshman year, we got the news that we were officially going back in person. It was at that point that I became hopeful that we would all get the high school experience that we had dreamt of. This news was very exciting, though it came with the emotional roller coaster of fear and anxiety, since technically, even though we had already been in high school for a semester, we had no idea what it looked like in person. The first in-person day of high school rolled around, and some people say that the first day of school is scary. Well, they're right. Even though online school was over, there were still major obstacles we had to overcome. From what felt like being locked away from our peers for so long, plus having to socialize wearing a piece of paper on your face, practically hiding your personality from others was a huge obstacle. Not to mention, half of my classmates I had never even met before. It took until almost halfway through high school to recognize and fully meet the people that I am graduating with today. Our high school experience has been filled with highs and lows. At the beginning of our sophomore year, we finally got the chance to participate in school-wide events and activities, of course with masks. We finally had our chance to be a part of pep assemblies, choir concerts, theater performances, sporting events, dances, and much more. All of our recently called high school norms we got back. None of this would have happened without us accepting change. With that, as you all know, we were gifted a brand new high school, which we now call our new home. Once again, we were charged with another obstacle of navigating a new building. Our class was used to challenges, so it wasn't a question whether we could overcome this task. In all honesty, it was so fun getting to watch the new school get built, except when all you heard was the construction workers outside of class. After all the unknown challenges our class faced, I think we can all say that this was an unforgettable journey that wouldn't have happened without us having each other's back. With that being said, I want to share my biggest takeaway I have from high school. One phrase I catch myself saying and often hear from my peers is "I can't wait." It usually means I can't wait for my next sports season to start, or I can't wait to graduate. This phrase frequently comes up in daily conversations. When you think about it, what is so important that you would be willing to sacrifice this very moment for? This realization changed my perspective and taught me the value of truly living in the present. Finally, I want to leave you all with this. In times like these, cherish everything you have. One day, we will look back at this moment and view it as a core memory. You will never get this exact moment back. So right now, feel every emotion, enjoy every second, and live out this time we have together fully in the present. Thank you.
Nice job. Thank you, Mallory. My name is Eric Tripp, and I'm the athletic director and the assistant principal here at Ferndale High School. I'd like to introduce our last class of 2024 speaker, Kwabena Ledbetter. Kwabena was selected by the students to speak today. The theme of Kwabena's speech is the future. Kwabena Ledbetter has been a member of the ASB as publicity director, the Ferndale School Board as a student board representative, and very involved in school activities, being in band for 3 consecutive years, a track and field athlete, and cross country. Kwabena plans to attend the University of Washington to study atmospheric sciences and meteorology, where he hopes to save lives by making weather alerts easier to understand. Everyone, Kwabena Ledbetter.
Good evening, staff, faculty, alumni, family, friends, and the class of 2024. My name is Kwabena Ledbetter, and I'm so honored to talk to you about why we're all here today, the future. Throughout our high school careers, we have had the unfathomable task of getting to our classes, completing our classes, taking care of our home lives, and then on top of all of that, thinking about the life we must lead after it's over. The latter, arguably, being the most difficult. And in the same way, you couldn't complete your assignments because you left your computer charger at home. You will face similar challenges that will test your flexibility in disabling circumstances. We have all been through unique and specific experiences that prepare us for life's obstacles. It can be a small thing like grabbing 2 forks instead of 1, or compartmentalizing your blue, yes, blue, math folder to keep track of your schoolwork. Maybe you have a passion for music, so you triple check to make sure your AirPods are charged before you leave your house. Regardless, these are some of the smaller but important lessons about being proactive high school may have taught you. Now, as you heard, I do have a passion for weather, and 2 weeks ago, a parent came up to me and said, "What's the weather looking like for graduation, Kwabena?" And I cringed a little bit, because at the time, it looked really rainy and just not ideal for graduation. I remember last year, it just rained on everyone and everyone was soaked. But today, it's a nice, warm, balmy 70 degrees. So that's good. We prepared for the worst, at least I did last week, and we got the best. But weather doesn't always treat us so nicely, right? I dedicated hundreds, if not thousands of hours over the past couple years trying to understand snowfall. And because I would often post forecasts about snow on my social media, my sophomore year, I became like a guy on school closures with my friends and a few other students in my class. And I kid you not, every single time I said we'd have school on time, school got canceled, and vice versa. Making a declarative statement on snow occurring is difficult enough, but with no experience whatsoever, I decided that I was going to be an authority, oh boy, I was going to be an authority on whether kids should stay up on snowy days. I was wrong, a lot, but because I was willing to get messy, I learned a ton. And my senior year, I can say was my most accurate forecasting season of all my years of high school. So why do I bring this up? Just to pat myself on the back for how amazing my weather forecasts are? Yes. But no, seriously, in your bright, beaming futures, all the plans and preparation and the proactiveness you displayed won't 100% prepare you for everything. There are going to be times where you thought of every possible measure, path to get what you want, and every possible outcome, and you still cannot get people to stop calling you Kwabena bedwetter. It's not even clever. Okay, it is. But my point is, sometimes to learn that fire burns, you need to touch it. High school has not prepared you for every little situation you'll encounter every little situation you will encounter in your new life. But what I hope it has done, however, is equipped you with some of the tools to put out the fire. Now, this next topic, I warn you, is very heavy, but it has a good outcome. In July of last year, I was invited to go to a seminar about the recent spikes in fentanyl and other drugs in our community, particularly in schools. And something I learned was that I could get Narcan, an opioid reversal agent, for free. So when I got my wisdom teeth removed and they prescribed me painkillers, I asked for Narcan, and it was indeed free for us. And in my mind, I said, I'm not touching the fire. For around 9 months, I kept it in my car, and unfortunately, where I worked, there was an incident, incidentally on my last day, where someone overdosed, and they were significantly younger than me. I sprang into action, running to my car to get the Narcan, potentially saving their life. The mother was very grateful, and although in essence the incident was sad, the future was potentially saved. Nobody else, not even the store, thought of carrying Narcan because they did not have the most crucial tool to be proactive in this situation: knowledge. Now, because of my actions, my former employer will carry Narcan to that location. There is nothing that could have 100% prepared me for that day. But much like the incredible class of 2024, I had some of the tools to handle the situation as best as I could. Yes, it is important to be prepared, like I was, but it is more important that you are always willing to learn. Prepare to dare and get comfortable with the heat. And don't rejoice too quickly on one success, because another opportunity for learning is just around the corner. And though more challenges may be on the horizon, you should never forget that we made it this far. And each and every one of you, I personally believe, is more than ready to face your fire. I will end with this. Do not be discouraged by failure, but be encouraged for your preparation for success. Thank you.
Thank you, Kwabena, and thank you to all our speakers today. At this time, we would like to introduce our senior class officers who will be serving as our readers today. Aiden Fransink, Matthew Schlichting, Hayden Longwell, Kaylee Hurd, please come to the podiums. The class of 2024 diplomas will be presented today by the Ferndale School District Board of Directors. Dr. Kevin Erickson, Ms. Peggy Upiano, Mr. Steve Childs, Mr. Antonio Machado, and Mrs. Nancy Button.
Okay, I think we're ready to start. Yes?
Okay, hang on. It is my honor and pleasure, as I say with great pride, the following. Members of the school board, parents, relatives, and friends, I attest to the fact that all members of the class of 2024 standing before you have met the graduation requirements of Ferndale High School or the state of Washington and are graduates of our school system. I would appreciate if the audience would limit their applause to allow reading of all student names.
You have to wait. Yep, yes. Make them stand. We need to coach them. Do it. Yes. Oh, maybe? Not yet? Oh my god. I don't remember how this worked last year, if I'm being honest. Stand up. You're fine. Nobody can see up there. It's only us. Please not going. Please not going. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Go. Make a line. Make a line. Make a line.
Birgit Forsgren Milton.
Evelyn Dawn Walker.
Theodore Arthur Lewis.
Spencer Richens.
Elliot Joe Varga.
Lisa Coverduke.
Zoe Mayanne Bullard.
Diana Zaharadnya.
Caitlin Elizabeth Antelek.
Nikayla Lynn Kinley.
Paige Elizabeth Leonard.
Haley Lloyd.
Jennifer Sue Dahl.
Fisher Michael Bockenjow.
Naomi May Stanley.
Sophia Michael Bennett.
Zeta Garza.
Samantha Helena Nowak.
Jackson Russell Hagan.
Elena Lorenz Bianco.
Emerson Claire Hansen.
Aaliyah Peyton LaFave.
Sydney Marie Foster.
Sophia Marie Gardowski.
Ocean Renee McCarty.
Tia Beth Gilday.
Elizabeth Joy Colbert.
Jasmine Bautista.
Nadia Bigon.
Audrey Therese Holdridge.
Sophia Bigun.
Emily Patricia Holdridge.
Tyrone Jasper Charles.
Mia Kathleen Kinsfather.
Janelle Larissa Louise Solomon.
Baylor Tori Larrabee.
Taylor Morgan George.
Malia Love Singson.
Alessandro Stefano Gallo.
Mallory Lynn Bunshone.
Dahlia Ross Ann Mitchner.
Charoba Rubrica Santos.
Kwabena Jaya Ledbetter.
Ryan Renzo Juan.
Arturo Jordan Tellis.
Luz Elena Alcala.
Aiden Stephen O'Toole.
Oneda Calderon Rodriguez.
Graydon Martin Radke.
Gurkarong Singh Bisla.
Stephen Joseph Thomas Gergen.
Bhavnor Singh Gurwal.
Evan Orion Hawks.
Dylan Ray Moore.
Myrna Cruz Mendoza.
Bishop Garcia Utsi.
Hennessy Yorixi de Aquino Lorenzo.
Camden Decker Raymond.
Nicole Guadalupe Aguilera.
Kellen John Lefebvre.
Julia Tiersma.
Matthew J. Hipner.
Gwen Rose McKnight.
Colin James Stenvers.
Desdemonda Minerva Dior Rude.
Phoenix Finkbonner.
Shanti Sara Tapa.
Cleveland Atwood.
Kyler Matthias Woodrich.
Ethan James Draper.
Judah Israel Phillips.
Michaela Ellen Sabison.
Ruslan Vladimir Yefimov.
Lena Maria Velez.
Philip Gregory Leonovitz.
Lane May Lively.
Kyler Benjamin Bowen.
Gage Travis Patterson.
Connor Todd Walker.
Frederick E. Adams V.
Nevraj Singh Lali.
Lucas Barrio Gonzalez.
Ruvjot Singh Sahota.
Skylar Jackson Garza.
Warren Riefel Moore.
Camden John Shower.
Harmeet Singh Molly.
Justin Melendez.
Shaquise McCoy.
Charles Day Despain Tonjes.
Khalid Marowis.
Jacob William Mattingly.
Brandon Gutierrez.
Kevin Malik Woods.
Jordan James Albrecht.
William Jack Post.
Diego Enrique Sanchez.
Eric Sergeyevich Sholga.
Brian Lopez Mendoza.
Pavel Kazantsev.
Dylan Michael Sires.
Amy Lynn McKay.
Braden Tanner Schmidt.
Madison Grace Lundy.
Landon John Shaw.
McKenna Ann Christie.
Ronan Patrick McLaughlin.
Ava Elizabeth Copps.
Luke Edward Jones.
Cooper Mitchell Herrick.
McKinnon Michael Bailey.
Jace Miguel Peterson.
Nicholas John Bulos.
Carter Lane Walzer Wasisco.
Jackson William Beeman.
Talia Poirier White.
Delray Anthony James Bob.
Ella Faith Archer.
Anna Marie Vance.
Gabriella Fox.
Sadie Aline Gibney.
Alexandra Isbeth Tapia Romero.
Caden Reed.
Brisa Elenai Rosales Sanchez.
Catalina Christine Galindo Carrillo Wilson.
Austin Riley Schroeder.
Miles Thomas Coleman.
Ashley Gabriela Puentes Mendoza.
Darius Rule.
Erica Maria Lopez.
Jaden Ramon Gallegos.
Olivia Way Henson.
Maximus Jeremiah DePass.
Delilah Isabella Chavez.
Madison Annabelle Holford.
Ebony Bernice Garcia.
Talia Marie Locker.
Maya Marie Miller.
Cole Daniel Bevan.
Nicholas Logan Hunter.
Audrey Michelle Miller.
Tavis Mack Newhouse.
Madison Brooke McGarry.
Broderick Spencer Byer.
Christina Michelle Nestruck.
Landon Castle.
Lauren Huckstraw.
Evan Mitchell Thompson.
Elizabeth Bernice Reed.
Jaden Woods.
Anthony Elliott.
Jacob Lee Ferguson.
James Taylor Fernaha.
Landon Knox Zempel.
Benjamin John Lincoln.
Gabriel Lee Gray.
Gwydion Pietrantonio.
Theodore Brian Dean Dodge.
Dominique Elizabeth Ildefonso.
Corbin David Padilla.
Samantha Violet Gollin.
Ava Rose Martinez.
Grady John Core.
Taylor Vivian Espino.
Joseph Christian Werner.
Caitlin Lee Ord.
Cindy Quinn Ann No.
Violet Amber Loomis.
Kelsey Rose Gould.
Samantha Rose Osgood.
Preeti Kaur Chahan.
Mason Thomas Byler.
Savlin Duga.
Ashton Glenn Feller.
Destiny Marie Eubanks.
Esperanza Danae Medina.
Delilah Jade Forsgren.
Christina Uden.
Alyssa Lynn Hendricks.
Brandon Dominguez Nolasco.
Sienna Rose Stewart.
Hasem Aurelio Angulo.
Bella Garza.
Gael Linares.
Elijah Zamora.
Gabriel Rios Gordio.
Francesca Sabrina Perez.
Freddy's Junior Solano Paral.
Suzanne Jean Holtrup.
Eduardo Pernia Garcia.
Kaz Moore.
Victor Daniel Pacheco Velasquez.
Riley Emma Pace.
Carolina de la Mora.
Phoenix Richard Ajikute.
Elizabeth Sophie Nazarova.
Marcus Julian Calderon.
Liliana Kai Wilson.
Serenity Andrea Torres.
Kevin Ryan Vandenberg.
Daisy Alejandra Mendez.
Samuel Keen Penner.
Franklin Grace Esparza.
Fiona Lily Marie James.
Parker Sage Parkinson.
Merrick Edward Stephen Smutney.
Mick Lee Catrain.
Ruth Rose Tucker.
Jason Christopher Sigua.
Cheyenne Catherine Somers.
Olivia Marie Constantine.
Ariana Arlene Stewart.
Kai Mateo Alejandre.
Mariah Jacqueline Marie Brun.
Nick Sager.
Hannah Gould.
Catherine Danielle Sharp.
Angelica Casco.
Oceana Pomeroy.
Oh yeah!
Natalia Casco.
Veda Raylan Kincaid.
Yelena Danilenko.
Leo Magnus Myrie.
Eileen Valdez.
Ryan Patrick Jefferson.
Matthew Alexander Pena.
Naomi Rose Peterson.
Madison Marie Renando.
Rachel Louise Sawicki.
Elizabeth Lorraine Annabelle.
Devin Halter.
Aowen Shivitz.
Katie Elizabeth Thomas.
Melissa Cutts.
Melanie K. McKinley.
Christian Brooke Pepper.
Annika Corrine Florindo.
Alexander Nestrov.
Malachi J. Martin.
Jacob Allen Smith.
Is it Villa or? Yahaira Sarah Villa.
Vladimir Savchuk.
Isaac Lynn Froggett.
Grace Nicole Lewis.
Bailey Elise McFerrin.
Matthias Rex Zamaripa.
Yeah. Your name is down there. No, I'll read yours.
Okay.
Hayden Michael Longwell. And then you read mine. No, Hayden, you read mine, and then we both walk. And then we both walk.
Kaylee Elizabeth Hurd.
Matthew Andrew Schlichting.
Aiden Olivia Francic.
Will Mallory Buttonshoen and Bishop Utsi please come forward? Mallory and Bishop will be addressing their classmates.
Seniors, please stand.
The class of 2024 will move their tassels in unison, signifying our togetherness at commencement and marking the official moment of our graduation from high school.
All right, guys, on the count of three. One, two, three.
Take your seats. We're not done yet. Give you a couple minutes to find your caps. Hopefully you remember to put your name in the cap like I told you to yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, friends and family, it is with great pleasure I present to you for the first time the 112th graduating class from Ferndale High School, class of 2024.
Guys, were able to